Hi, I'm Phyllis from southernfrugal.com. Well, we've used all of our small little packets that I made up for the smoothie, so this morning we're going to have to take some from the big bags. So what I'm going to do, and these are already partially unfrozen, I'm going to use 4 small bananas this morning, and what I do is just put them down in a little cold water and finish defrosting them, because we do freeze all of our bananas. I'm going to use some lentils. These are the little orange lentils that I cook and froze. Excuse me, and that's going to add protein. I'm also going to use some Jif because boy is that working out, the peanut butter and the lentils. I'm going to use some dinosaur kale, which was ground up and frozen. Freeze it in ice cube trays. Orange juice. Fresh squeezed orange juice that I also freeze in little ice cube trays. Pineapple, frozen. This is in chunks. And strawberries. And I do freeze those. I just wash them, of course, and take the leaves off, and I leave that little green stem there. And I do that so they won't bleed out, you know. Alright, so what I'm going to have to do this morning, turn this down, so you can see, is I'm going to take out what I'm going to use, put it in a bowl, and I'm actually going to thaw it out in the microwave. Alright, so I think we'll probably go ahead and use 4 cubes of kale this morning, this dinosaur kale. And I'm going to use, I think, probably 2 cubes of the lentils. And I'll put the peanut butter in later. And I'm going to use 4 cubes of the orange juice, just to counteract the green taste of the kale. And I'm going to use maybe about 3, or just maybe I'll just use 2 chunks of pineapple, because pineapple definitely is a strong taste in the smoothie. It kind of dominates if you put too much, for sure. And I think I'll just use, these are those big California strawberries. Let's use 5 of the big ones. Alright, so there it is. It's going to go in the microwave on defrost for maybe about 5 minutes, and we'll be back. Alright, we have thawed out our fruits and the kale and the lentils. Now, some of this is still frozen a little bit, but that's okay, and I am going to cut this pineapple up a little bit. Anyway, my bananas have thawed out somewhat, so I'm going to go ahead and cut up this pineapple just a little bit. Cut across the grain. I mean, the Vitamix can certainly handle it, but I just want to make it a little easier. Still a little bit frozen. Now the orange juice, of course, is completely melted. This is the lentils and the kale. That's dinosaur kale, and it is still frozen. Now what I do with that is put it with a little bit of water and grind it up in the Vitamix, and also freeze that in the ice trays. I'm going to go ahead and cut out those little stems on the strawberries. I don't know why, I'm just doing it. Okay, and that's what's left. That's going to be some of the melted kale and the orange juice. And I do buy my oranges by the bushel and then juice them and freeze that in ice trays also. Alright, so now we're ready for the bananas, and they are mostly thawed out. And I do buy my bananas by the bushel also at the farmer's market, and then freeze them. And as long as they're partially thawed out, most of those strings and all come right off. And these are small bananas, so I'm going to go ahead this morning and add 4 of them. And just pop it right out of there, like that. I hope y'all can see we got some bright sun this morning. Now I wanted to share with y'all yesterday we got 4.8 inches of rain. I mean, we just couldn't even believe it, you know? It was a lot of rain. Of course, we needed the rain. I'm not sure we needed that much all in one day, but we'll take what we can get, right? All right, gotta wash my hands. All right, so now I'm also going to just go ahead and add in here the leftover peaches from last night. And we had this sort of as our dessert last night. I'm just going to go ahead and put those in too. We didn't eat the whole pack. And hopefully I'm going to be using all of this almond milk, so I'm rid of the whole business. Yeah. Alright, so I won't be buying any more of this because I'm going to make my own. And the way I do that is to toast my almonds a little bit, and then I grind them up and freeze them, and then all you have to do is add water to them, so you've kind of got instant almond milk. And that way you can have it without all the additives. Alright, so here we go. That already smells good. Alright, now let me get it so y'all can see. And by the way, I got to talk to you a minute. I mean, every morning we have to have these little talks, right? Alright, so Mr. Bucky and I did the video, well, we did a video on melding day before yesterday. And yesterday we did one on southern niceness. And I asked for comments. I really wanted a lot of comments. Boy, y'all sent them in. It was great. It was like we were talking back and forth. It just was great. And of course, since we made that video, I have thought of a lot more kindnesses that people did to me, and Mr. Bucky's thought of a whole bunch more too. And of course, you don't want to tell you know, how you've been nice to people too much, because you kind of lose your reward when you do that. But anyway, it was great. And the different parts of the country, I think I mentioned Texas, which we love Texas, and also the friendliness of the people in Mississippi. And that's not to say that people aren't friendly everywhere, because they are, and very, very nice people. And I know, you know, there are going to be bad people everywhere too. You can't avoid it. We're living in the world. But I think that if we start out being kind and nice, then, you know, we've done our part, right? And, you know, you're not responsible for what other people do, but you are responsible for what you do. So that's sort of the message we were trying to get across, that let's just be nice to everybody, you know, and understand that some people have problems and troubles that maybe you don't even know about and have never experienced. I mean, life can be hard. It can. And I've lived some of that myself, and I know Mr. Bucky has too. But we are Christians, and we strongly, strongly believe what we believe. And I think that, you know, one day we'll all be together again. We will. And we'll be together in paradise. I mean, that's what God's Word promises. And I certainly believe it, and I know Mr. Bucky does. And anyway, in the meantime, we just live the best way we can here in the earth. That's what we do. All right, on with the smoothie. Anyway, thank y'all for all those comments. They were fantastic. We sat there last night reading those comments, and really, really enjoy the things that y'all have to say. All right, on with the smoothie. All right, so here we go. I can't see my screen hardly at all. I guess I'm in there. There. Yeah, okay. So we got bright sunshine this morning and cooler temperatures, which is a good thing. All right, so again, here's the Vitamix, and we're going to start out on low, turn it up. Okay, I forgot to put my peanut butter in. Now, for some reason, this combination of peanut butter and lentils for the protein. Now, there's the protein in 2 tablespoons. It's 7 grams of protein. Somehow or other, that's given us a lot of energy. I'd say that's a good 3, maybe 4 tablespoons. It's going to go right in there. Now, if this is too thick this morning, I'm going to have to add water because that was the end of the almond milk. All right, and let me just check that because it definitely looks very thick. Oh, it's so good, so good. All right, let me just get a little water. I just want to make sure it's not too thick, because I don't like them real thick. All right, here we go, again. We're going to have to let this sit here for just a couple of minutes because it's definitely still frozen. We'll be back. All right, we've given it just a few minutes here, and I'm going to do it, blend it one more time. That ought to do it. I'm going to get my ice tray. And I'm going to put the overage in this ice tray to freeze, because what I'm thinking is I'm going to have to go ahead and make up some packets for when we go to Mountain Rest, you know, to make it more convenient up there when because we're going to be going up there working on the garden and whatever. All right, so here we go. And let's see, this morning in there we've got about 55 ounces. So can y'all see that? All right, that's the right consistency for me, right there. I'm going to put the balance of this in an ice tray to freeze. Still got some left. All right, so that made the 2 glasses for us. I've got enough to freeze. So this will make the 3rd one that I've frozen 3 days in a row now. And of course I've already tasted of this, so it is super delicious. Super, super good. And I can actually taste the peaches in here a little bit. So I've got some frozen peaches, I don't know, about 4 or 5 packs still in the freezer. So I think I'm going to go ahead and make up some packets for us to take up to Mountain Rest next week. And that way, I don't, because see, I don't have enough room in my freezer or in my refrigerator because it's a real small refrigerator. to buy the fruits and whatever to go in the smoothie. There's just not room enough to keep it. I'd have to go to the grocery store probably every other day. So I don't want to have to do that, but I do have enough room in the freezer. The last time I took, I think, 7 packets of the little smoothie packets up there to Mountain Rest, and there was enough room, so I'm going to have to do that again. Anyway, this is today's smoothie, and it is delicious. All right, we will see y'all next time.